Okay, 10/22, 2025. Okay, you've got a female who takes all the credit for your cakes, who's a grandma with some glasses, and she's got a classic name. Oh, it's your dad. Okay, got you. Okay, cool. Grandma's primary guardian angel. I'm assuming that's who it is. And when I say they, it's because I saw her and your dad with like the same nose. So okay, weird, but that must be his mom or something. Anyways, so Margie, and then you said dad's name is her. Okay, William. First thing he says, how you gonna know? I didn't know. Mom's mom? Okay. He said, how are you gonna know? I didn't know. He goes, not built to last, Kato, and he kind of giggles at me. We tried, but when it's time to go, it's time to go. Okay, there's a lot of like, how are you going to know? I didn't know. When it's time, it's time. It's unpredictable, really. These are some things he starts off saying. So typically from my experience, that means someone takes responsibility. Someone feels like they had a feeling, should have acted on it. Some people feel like, oh, I should have taken him to the blah, 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 blah. How are you going to know? How I would have known, you know? You've tried 6 times. I don't know what you tried for, but I'm doing a guaranteed list right now, so you could try and get on that guaranteed list, and then you're guaranteed, which is pretty stinking cool. So, otherwise, freebies tomorrow, too. Heck yeah. So, don't just give up, silly. Okay, hold on. Woo-wee. So I'm asking him how he ends up passing, and I'm going to be really honest with you. It's taking just a second to grab onto his energy. But, I mean, I wouldn't say it like that. Grandma's very high vibrational and kind of easy, and I can see her no problem. And then Dad, I'm like, what was going on, and why the fuck does it look so dark? And he goes, how are you going to know? I didn't know. So I would say there's a partial responsibility, but it's got a stubbornness to it. I'm going to be real honest with you. It's got a stubbornness to it, and he's doing a lot of drawing, so we're just seeing what's going on here, okay? And so, and then he says 1, 2, 3, okay? So I'm writing down 3. Since I'm asking him how he ends up passing, this indicates that it's more than one thing. He goes, it's a buildup, really, and then all at once, Kato. Trying to see other things. Hold on. He keeps showing me my sign and symbol for home. We didn't feel like we got a chance to say goodbye. I kind of am angry about it. Like, I should have made him. So it almost seems like a medical thing or something we see as like a slow build, but don't necessarily take seriously. Maybe we're at home. Yeah, she might just be taking it in. I'm sure she's still here. So here's something I feel. There's more of a feeling to this reading than there is a visual. He passed suddenly at work. The doctor said one thing, but I didn't believe it. Okay. So we know that it happened suddenly, unexpectedly, or very suddenly, all at once. We know it was multiple different things. 1, 2, 3. Okay. How would you have known? I wouldn't have known. How would you have known? There's no way to know this is going to happen, okay? And then taking a partial responsibility, but like a stubbornness, not feeling like we got a chance to say goodbye, but not necessarily a lack of closure either. So there's either an underlying medical thing, or he takes responsibility for not being kind to his body. And that was my biggest question, is why? How are you going to know? I didn't know. So I can't say it's intentional. I can't say it was on purpose or intentional. Let's say, I'm going to give you some analogies, like worst case scenarios. I was going to go to work with him, but he said, no, it's okay. Then he passed. Okay. Oh my God, I forgot what I was about to say. Hold on. Okay, how are you supposed to know? I didn't even know. And then remember how I said it had an emotional thing to it? It goes back to you didn't get a chance to say goodbye, but you should have been stubborn. You should have known. You should have gone. You should have forced him to. Maybe you could have stopped what was happening and blah, 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 blah. And there was a stubbornness, like maybe okay, I'm going to give you an analogy that's, of course, not real unless it's real, but let's say you're working hard, it's hot outside, and I'd rather do the job by myself than, like, Herbalicious isn't legal everywhere, right? But if I don't want you to know that I do it, I'm going to do it in my own space. It could have been a contributing factor for wearing our body down. It could also not have anything to do with ingesting things that don't belong in our body. It could be, if I was there, I'd have made him drink more water, and maybe that would have. But it seems like, how would you have known? I wouldn't have known. I don't think it was intentional to pass. Oh, how'd he pass? He says it's more than one thing. You knew you got to say goodbye without saying goodbye. It was an underlying thing. He takes partial responsibility. But he's okay and at peace on the other side. You get frustrated that you're not getting as much dreams as you'd like or as much communication because you're angry. This is a passionate, this is an angry, this is a slam your fists on the floor and stop believing in Jesus for a week type of thing. This is pure, passionate, how could you feel betrayed in a way. So I highly doubt he goes I highly doubt he just wanders into work and has a heart attack, because you wouldn't have been so mad. So how do they say he passed? What's the doctor say? What's the doctor say that you don't believe? Going to give an analogy, right? I operate off analogies. So I'd say he has a heart problem, heat stroke problem, doesn't drink enough water, and he likes to maybe, smoke cigarettes. You never know. He's not treating his body kindly. Heart attack, I could believe. Heart attack, I could 100% believe. Easily. And when they say 1, 2, 3, it's not his first heart attack. He's had a heart attack before. He's had something before, maybe a stubbornness of not going to the doctor. And if the reason you were going to go to work with him is because he wasn't feeling good, you both are stubborn. Look at that. Remember when I first said, here's something he specifically gives me. 1, 2, 3. Wasn't his first heart attack. She goes, yeah, it happened 3 times. Happened again, and you kind of had a feeling. You going to work means he would have died right in front of you. It seems very... You probably could have pumped water into him. Doesn't mean he was going to, and then the next time he goes to work without water. I think, yeah. Honestly, I think he saved you from having to go through that. How are you going to see it? I didn't even see it. I didn't know it was going to happen. And honestly, I'm glad you're not with, so be mad at yourself all you want, but he wouldn't take it back. And your anger and your upsetness, and I know you miss him, is no, dreams aren't real. Repeating numbers aren't real. Nothing's real. Okay, cool. In fairyland where everything feels fine, that repeating number could be your dad. In a different universe, it is real. It just depends on your approach. If you're grieving and sad, every time you think of him, it's going to trigger that emotion, and grief and sad's going to pour out. So. Just know, he understands he didn't get a chance to say goodbye, and he takes responsibility for that heart attack, and he definitely didn't be on purpose. Kato, how do you not be so mad and grow? Hey, Kato, how do you not be so mad and grow from their passing, right? She goes, yeah, I am angry. I want him to, hold on, let me make sure my microphone's been working this whole time. Good. Might be a little distant, but it's been working. Yeah, I'm so angry. I want him to come to me so bad in dreams, and he doesn't. He's only came twice, and he tells me to tell you before you could even say that the reason you don't see him is because of how freaking angry you are. Can't be mad at him and expect an open conversation. You know, he could say anything. So he doesn't communicate like more spirits. He's subtle. He's hints. He's dream state like. So, if you can stop being angry, he'll visit you. It's not that he doesn't visit you. It's if you can stop being angry, you'll see him. Your own veil of emotion. Just heal from it. There's nothing you could have done. He's glad you didn't come with. And if he would do it again, he would have it happen that way again. And he knows what's on the other side, and you don't. So if you'd have gotten your way, he'd have still died, and you'd have been traumatized, okay? This is the lesser of two evils. Now you have to heal a much simpler hurt to be able to exist in a world where you can hear, see, and feel him. You have to put that hurt down and heal it so you have a nice paved surface to continue with your spirit communication. Wisdom does not come without hurt, okay? Oh, okay, I get it. I see my mom all the time, and she passed from being sick, so I understand. But with him, right, with him, you already lost your mom. You could have saved your dad. You could have went to work. His stubbornness meets your stubbornness, and you couldn't save him. You have a responsibility in that. You have a hurt. Mom will come through all the time. Dad will, make shit hurt. If I talk about something that hurts your feelings and you cry and I twist the knife, one subject gets to be dad. Mom, you're like, well, everything's fine. I'm settled. Okay, but Dad, you could have done something. No. It doesn't work like that. Got to heal it, and then you get to have that fluidness with them.